Focus. I'm trying to keep the lights on right now and remember to eat lunch. If I sell one more product today, maybe I'll survive until tomorrow. Focus. All I'm trying to do is drive revenue. Revenue. I need to get more sales this month, or I might actually have to move back into my parents' basement. Not looking forward to that. Scaling fast, hiring the right people. We're trying to build a team and expand our market presence before the competition catches up. Yeah, my focus right now, delegating everything. If I play my cards right, I can play 4 rounds of golf a week, and the other 3 days I'll be at the driving range. Right now, we're really focusing on expanding to new markets, continuing to grow our revenue at a consistent clip and drive profits. That's what we're focused on. Making sure our processes don't collapse under our growth is critical for us. We're going to put them under some stress as we continue to grow, but we have the team to do this. Yeah, our main focus, optimizing efficiency, maintaining culture, driving profits. We've got the resources now, we've expanded, we have the brand name. It's about using them wisely so we don't become the next Blockbuster. Right now, it's just me, myself, and I. But in 12 months, I'd love to have my first full-time employee, or at least someone who can handle customer support so I can finally get more than 4 hours of sleep. Currently, we're a team of 5. We've grown. We can make payroll most months. This time next year, I'm hoping we can double that team, maybe take on some sales support, grow on to the product side. But honestly, I would just settle to be able to delegate some of these things so I can actually take a weekend off and maybe go to bed before midnight. Currently, right now, we have about 20 people. I'd like to be at about 30 to 40 in the next year. That would be the plan that we have. We're ramping up hiring to fuel our expansion. At this rate, I might need a bigger office or maybe a better Zoom plan. Team size, yeah, we got a solid team of 25. Honestly, I'd be happy if we stayed the same size as we are now or next year. As long as I don't have to be in every meeting and revenue still coming in, that's fine. Really, what I'm more focused on is breaking 80 on the course this year. Yep, currently right now we're about 75. We're looking to hit about 150 in the next year, so massive growth at that point. We're building like there's no tomorrow. New markets, new products, new team, new everything is what we're looking at. We're building a rocket ship. Right now, I need the right crew to be on board. Currently, right now, we have a team of about 200. In 12 months, I would like to be at about 220, maybe 225. We're looking for steady, sustainable growth at this point. We're only adding people if they're the right fit. We're leaning on our processes and our efficiencies to really drive revenue rather than adding headcount. We learned the hard way that getting good people in are force multiplier. Quality beats quantity, and that's where we are right now. Everything. Literally everything is my biggest challenge. I'm a one-person show. I'm doing everything. I feel like I'm juggling flaming swords with one hand tied behind my back. Cash flow is my biggest challenge. My financials are like a roller coaster. We'll do anything for money at this point to keep the lights on. I will do cartwheels in the street if someone will pay me for it. We're constantly just trying to stay ahead of our expenses and make sure that I make payroll. And if I'm lucky, maybe there's something left over at the end of the month for me too. Biggest challenge right now is scaling our team with the right people. We absolutely need all-stars on the team, and finding them fast enough is such a challenge. We were doing this so well earlier on, but now I feel even the people that were here before are not quite growing fast enough with the company, and I'm mixing and matching. It's like trying to assemble a football team at halftime is how I feel. My biggest challenge is making sure I stay out of the day-to-day without everything falling apart. As long as it can keep going, I don't want this to feel like a game of Jenga where you pull one piece out and the whole thing falls down. My biggest challenge that I'd really like to worry about is my slice that I've developed off the tee. Gotta fix that. Yeah, biggest challenge right now is managing the chaos. Growth is great, but as we've got to this level, growth is multiplied. It's like trying to ride a bull. Exciting, but you might get thrown off at any second. Yeah, the biggest challenge right now is staying innovative. We're now a big ship. Course correcting takes a lot of work. We want to avoid complacency though as we continue to truck forward. We've climbed the mountain. We need to make sure that we don't fall asleep at the top. HR, that's just me. I don't need anything on that side. Like for future, I might Google contract templates and I feel like I'm covered. HR is a task that gets easily bumped to the bottom of my list. I know it's important, but not right now. I just need to keep the lights on because it doesn't matter how well I treat my people if I can't pay the people. So we need to deal with policies later on. That's something else. We put some in when things went wrong and put ones in to help that. But I'll deal with that down the road when I have more time. Whenever that is. HR is crucial. We're hiring like crazy. We can't make mistakes on that. I can't lose any of the key players that I've circled. Man, we need to build the right culture and the right team to get to our goals if we're going to continue on our growth trajectory. I finally got someone to help me with this because it was just too much for me to manage by myself, and I have so many other things that I need to do. And if I kept doing it myself, I would eventually hire my best friend's cousin's dog again. HR, that's what my office manager is there for. They handle all of this. As long as the team's happy and I don't have to deal with complaints, I'm good. I'll just pop in for the holiday party, make a toast, pay for all the food, drinks, and off I go. HR is my safety net and my growth engine. We're expanding so fast, so I need to make sure our HR processes are scalable, our culture doesn't implode. I've got a whole HR team right now ready to get us to that next level, building systems faster than I can create chaos, thankfully. Honestly, HR is our secret weapon. We've invested heavily in leadership development, employee engagement, succession planning, career growth within the company. Our people are our greatest asset. We know it. I sleep well knowing at night that our HR processes are solid, our people are happy. That's what's going to maintain this and get us to our next mountaintop. Boy, success for me on my vision board, getting my first paid customer, maybe taking a day off, eventually. Constant revenue, finally paying myself a proper salary where I can stop going to the bank of mom and dad or not having a panic attack every time I look at my bank account. That would be nice. Success for me is at this stage is I can see the business growing, business units being successful without me being intimately involved in every single decision. That's when I know we put the right people in the right seats and we're able to get through this stage and we're scaling right. Success right now, having the freedom to take a long vacation, flying at the front of the plane, golfing 4 days a week without checking emails. That's a dream, right? That's what we all want. Yeah, success for us is we now know what our business can do. We have clear revenue targets we're going after. We're getting into new markets. That's what it's all about, keeping that momentum going and keeping that growth and sort of looking at that rule of 40 and staying above that. Success at this point, we're a well-oiled machine where growth is steady, employees are happy, and I'm not firefighting every day. Stability is a new success for what we're looking at. Yeah, if you're brave enough to do this, you got to keep your expenses low. You got to keep your caffeine level high. Like I found a great tip. If you dip a tea bag into your coffee and chase that with Red Bull, you don't need to sleep. That's what it takes at this level. My advice right now is don't spend more than you have. Every dollar that goes out must be scrutinized. $20 pizzas, you better have a great reason for doing that. Going out for coffees, take it in a thermos and go for a walk. Save money. Be frugal. This is how you learn how to survive. Don't spend money before you've nailed your basics of your business. If you're entering this stage, congratulations. Focus on hiring leaders, not just doers. At this stage, you need a team that can take hats away from you and can help the business grow without you being involved. That's what you need at this point. At this point, you got to learn to let go. Trust your team. You built a great company. You've done the work. Now let it run without micromanaging. Collect your paycheck and your dividends from the investments that you made, and don't be bogged down with every decision. Sure, it's not going to grow to be the biggest company in the world, but you're going to live a great life. Don't worry about it. At this point, you need to invest and have strong systems and processes in place. That is what's going to get you there. Your business is a rocket ship. You need to make sure that you've got mission control. They're looking at all the key stats. They're understanding everything was built properly so that you can get to your destination. Don't get complacent. The moment you stop innovating is when your competition catches up and possibly even passes you. It's critical you keep innovating, and complacency is the enemy. Steady growth is what we want here. The fear that this might not work out and I made a huge bet and it's a terrible idea and I'll have to get a real job again and maybe move back into my parents' basement. That's the fear. Running out of money, not making my payroll, having to have tough conversations with my staff. They're good people doing good work. I want to make sure I'm paying them, just chasing money so that hopefully I can get paid too one day. Losing good people. We have some amazing people that have helped us get to this point, and I'm just worried that we can't grow fast enough to keep them challenged and engaged. I try my best. HR has helped me with some things, but that's my biggest concern, is losing the people that have got me here. What keeps me up at night is worrying that my team is going to be bored running a company that isn't growing. As long as they're there just to be farmers, that would be great. Take care of the business, let it go. But losing somebody and then me having to come back in and take care of it and put in more time on a regular basis, that's what keeps me up at night. At this point, growing too fast, losing control, losing any key people at this point would be detrimental to our growth trajectory. I think of this as riding a dragon. It's so awesome, but it's also a little bit terrifying. What keeps me up at night is staying relevant in a changing market, always innovating, making sure our product is delivering what we need. It takes time for us to course correct because we're a big ship now. We have to think strategically. We're established, which is great, but we don't want to become a dinosaur. Dinner. Does coffee count? I feel coffee counts for most of my meals. For dinner most nights, I live on the Costco-sized Halloween candy box that lives under my desk. Pro tip, you buy this after Halloween when it's on sale. Save money. And if I'm feeling like I'm rewarding myself for a good day's work, I will have instant noodles and say a little prayer to the revenue gods. For dinner, it's probably going to be takeout again. I promised myself I'd try to meal prep, but there's always something more important for me to do. So Uber Eats is my best friend, and I'm getting to know the drivers on a first name basis. Yeah, most nights it's a fancy takeaway, or I'm out at a client dinner at the trendiest new restaurants. I feel like the waitstaff is getting to know me on a first name basis, which is kind of cool. Dinner these days, home cooked meal with the family, nice glass of wine. I've earned it after years of hustling. I'm making time for what's important, which is spending time with my family. I found the joy in that quiet dinner. And bonus points if for dessert I'm listening to a podcast on leadership.